Welcome to How to Become a Better Cuber 4, a series where I go over breakdowns of my solves, introduce cool algorithms, and give general tips and tricks to become a better and hopefully faster cuber at cubing. Let's get on to the solve. And in this one, I'll be breaking down a 596 angle, I think it was. And it was 54 moves, which is around, or I should say just over 9 turns per second. And as always, I'll give you the scramble, walk you through my thought process, and I'll take you through slowly and see if you can follow along with my thinking. So here's the scramble. First thing here, I did do white cross, and I actually started with white cross on top, but it wasn't the worst thing because in the middle I sort of transitioned to move it onto the bottom. But you'll note that my 4 cross pieces are here, 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 and here, and the red and orange ones are sort of relatively already correct to each other, and the blue and green ones are on the right sort of slice that they're supposed to be on. They're just a rotation away. So what I did was I started with a kind of weird M move where I did L prime and then L, little L here, so that the red piece is in place but oriented incorrectly. And then I did a D prime to bring the blue piece relatively correct to the red. And then I did RU to put the green in place. And then I kind of did a rotation here. And the reason I didn't just do an R here is because I was tracking this piece in inspection, so I wanted to keep it out of the D layer. So I did a U and then an R and then a D prime to fix. And then since I was tracking this one, I'm going to do this pair first. And to do it kind of rotationless, there's probably not better alg for this, but I just did pair up in the back and pair up in the front. And then here, I could have rotated and done it this way, but I think I was trying to keep it rotationless, so I broke them up, and then I rotated anyway here to bring them in here. And then I'm not really sure why I didn't just do this pair, as it definitely would have been easier. Again, all of my solves, these are real time making split-second decisions, so I don't always make the best decision. I'm just walking through the decisions I made and my thought process through them. So yeah, for some reason I didn't do this pair. Instead, I rotated and paired it up normally. And then again, I rotated here and did the lefty version of this. And then you'll note, this is just the regular PLL, and then a U perm, or not U perm, a U as a PLL here. So walk you through again a little bit slower this time, and we'll try and say some notation. So again, the scramble above. So I see my cross pieces here, 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 and here, where these two are relatively correct, and these are kind of on the right slice, just not oriented correctly. And then I was going to track this pair in inspection, which is why I did the little weird thing at the end of the cross. So I started with red in front and white on top. I did L prime, little L to bring the red in place, D prime, RU to solve these 3 parts of the cross. And then instead of doing an R here, again, I do an U and then an R so that I can preserve this. It's not a pair, but I can preserve them out of the D layer here, and then a D prime to solve. Here is, I just paired these up. And then I do these two by breaking them up first and rotating them with an insert. For some reason, I don't do this basically free pair. Instead, I rotate and insert this pair here. And then I rotate again and do this pair as normal. At this alg, I just do the lefty OLL, which gives me a PLL skip. So yeah, that was a pretty good solve. There were some questionable decisions there, but overall it flowed really well. I was able to track my first pair in inspection, and I preserved it by, instead of directly solving the cross right after, by doing a U move to keep it out of the D layer, which I sometimes do just so that corners that I'm tracking don't end up down here, which is not great. It was quite lengthy, but again, the flow is pretty good, and it was a pretty good TPS, and overall it's a pretty good solve. That's How to Become a Better Cuber 4. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe for the latest content.